What cheer, y'all? Welcome back to Right at the Wire. Well, we've got our full card selections for Keeneland for Lexington and Jenny Wiley Day on Saturday, the 12th. So I'll give you a minute to take a look at them. Okay, now I will say about the full card, particularly in the first few races there, we are going to be taking some swings. There's a lot of vulnerable favorites, I think, and so we want to try to beat them. So be apprised that we'll be taking some shots, and if we get a few of them home, we'll be doing all right. As those of you who saw the Pick Five post I made, it's that's kind of a funky sequence, and really it's an interesting card in that a lot of the favorites are vulnerable. It's a tricky card to say the least. So we're just going to kind of hope we get a couple of them home. Our best bet of the day, I think, is assertiveness in the fifth race. Todd Pletcher, a horse who's second off the layoff on turf, where quite a few of the runners in there haven't been running there. Most of them are coming off of long layoffs, and this one has the highest Brisnet figure of all of them. And the fact that he's been running more than anything else, to me, is a really good indication. So assertiveness at 9-2, I think we're getting a steal, a really good price. So I think that's our best bet of the day. The long shot comes in the fourth race with Frosty Indulgence at 15-1. That is one of those races that it's really funky. There's some vulnerability, enough in it, and this horse really looks like is in good form and ready to pounce. So at 15-1, we're going to go on top with Frosty Indulgence. Value plays Grove City Sunset in the third race, which is another one that's a pretty tough one. And again, like I said, particularly the first five races are really corkers. But this one's was making steady improvement on turf at 2 years old, now debuting at 3 with a really smoking work tab. Just super sharp for Josie Carroll. And I think this one is at 6-1 offers a really good value in a pretty tough race, but I think you want to include in the mix. 40-5 is one that just ran in a dirt sprint and got the career high Brisnet number. Now switching back to turf, and another one with a really sharp tab, and at 12-1, I think is worth including. Probably going to be a pace factor. Bourbon Flight in the seventh race, which is probably the toughest maiden on the day, without a doubt. This one just ran in a race with some really good, Pletcher's horse, who ran in the Disruptor, ran in the Florida Derby. Not too successfully, but that race has come back pretty good. And the two of the horses, one of them, the second place finisher, just won at Keeneland on Tuesday, and the last place finisher finished second in that race. So Bourbon Flight probably going to have some good lick early, and is one at 20-1. I think offers some nice value. Eunomia is coming from Turfway, and again, another one with a sharp tab. A lot of Turfway runners are looking good on Saturday, and I would pay close scrutiny to all of them. But I really like what I saw from Eunomia in the eighth race, and that's another one that you're going to have a lot of horses looking to the Europeans, but I think this one at 20-1 is sneaky good. So I mentioned her in the pick five sequence, and I think is pretty dangerous. The form looks good, and looks like she's ready to run a big one too. In the Jenny Wiley no-show, Sammy Joe is a horse that put together 4 wins and is coming off a layoff, but to me, look, I was looking for horses who have good kick and good finish, and no-show Sammy Joe is one of them. And this one's just been so consistently good, and is coming off the bench. But at 15-1, I think you're getting some excellent value. So a no-show Sammy Joe, don't sleep on in the Jenny Wiley. For our doubles, as you know, I like to use a single, and I think assertiveness is the best bet. So we'll single the 9, and so for races 5 and 6, we'll go 9 with 3 and 4. That's one of uh, the sixth race is one that probably the most well formed, defined of any of the races. It's Speakeasy or it's clearly Mischief, I believe, is the Discreet Mischief, rather. It's one of those two. So we'll include them both. We'll probably get a really short price on the 3, Speakeasy, but we'll make up for it if we get decent value on the 9. Should come out pretty well. And then for races 4 and 5, we'll go 1, 3, 6, and 11. The 6 is my long shot play. We get that one home, and then we get the 9. We're looking pretty good, but we do have other options in that race as well. We'll do the Turf Pick 3, which is, for those of you who aren't familiar, at Keeneland, it's races 5, 8, and 10 on Saturday's card, but it's a $3 minimum wager. Very important to note that for those of you who budget. So in the first leg, in race 5, we're going to single assertiveness. And then in the 8th race, we like the 10, but we're going to go 2, 8, 10, and 11 and spread there. And then in the Jenny Wiley, it's one of the 2 Europeans, I think. So we'll take the 1 and the 6. So 9 with 2, 8, 10, 11 with 1 and 6. It's a $24 ticket on a $3 minimum. And then we'll put one more pick 3 in there. Races 5 through 7 with our 9 single. Then we'll do with 3, 4 with 1, 2, 8, and 10. And I think that one is well form fitting and definitely should use it. For sequences, I did not like the late pick 5, and to be honest, I really didn't like the early pick 5 either. So I settled on the pick 4, which is races 4 through 7, primarily because it does have those 2 races in the middle, we feel really confident about, with the 9 singled in the 5th race, and the 3, 4 in the 6th. We've got our long shot play in race 4, so we get that home. Then we get the single. I think we're looking really good for the rest of the sequence. 10 we have in there as well at a price. So that's one that has a good potential to pay pretty well. It's a $32 ticket and $1 base. The pick 6, this would be for the really brave. To be honest, I think this is an extremely tough one. Race 6 will go 3, 4. Then race 7 will spread 1, 2, 8, and 10. Race 8 will spread again with 2, 5, 8, and 11. Now, as I mentioned in my pick 5 post for the Lexington, that to me is a really funky race that requires you bet value. So we're going to go with Native Runner, and we're just going to single. If we hit it, great. If we don't, whatever. At 15 to 1, it's one of those races. You've got 2 horses that are pretty evenly matched, and it's hard to decide between either, and logic dictates you go for a long shot, so that's what we're going to do. Then to Jenny Wiley, as we said, we're going to go with 1 and 6. And then in race 11, I think you have to try to beat Sherbini. She's going to be, at 3 to 2, way too short a price, and she really doesn't have the quality that stacks up so much higher than the rest. So we will go with the 2 and the 6. The 6, Madeline's Promise, because she's really the lone speed in the race. And I liked what I saw from the 2. She's got a higher higher Brisnet number than Sherbini does, the 8. And she looks to be in good form. And so we'll take those 2. Sherbini's a closer, so I want early runners. And I think the way the track's playing at Keeneland, that's where you want to be. So I think we've got a really good chance to beat what is, I think, a major league underlay. So it's a $128 ticket on a $1 base. I don't know whether I'll play it or not. I probably won't, because I think it's really a pretty tough sequence. But it is kind of one of those that you just sort of have to plant your flag and but I don't want to put a whole lot of money into it because it's a really tough one. So anyway, those are our full card selections, our best bets, value plays, and sequences. And I hope this helps you with your own wagering strategy and formulation. Wish you the best of luck as always. It's a tough card. There are going to be prices without a doubt. There are some extremely vulnerable favorites, particularly in the first 5 races. So be on the lookout for that. And hopefully this will help you along the way. Certainly, if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, thanks to all of you who have come on board. We've had a nice surge there, and keep the comments coming. Loving those. I'm loving the fact that we're all talking to each other, and it should benefit us, particularly as we get closer to Derby Day. Speaking of which, we're going to start with our individual profiles of all the contenders. We've already got a couple of defections, so the final 20 hasn't been slated yet. So we'll just we'll build backwards. We'll get the guaranteed ones done first, and then we'll see who falls into the mix as we have defections for injury or owner or trainer preference or what have you. But I think the field is definitely not set, and come on, Baeza. Hopefully we can get him in somehow. So it's going to be a tall order, but we'll see what we'll see. So plenty of more content coming. We'll have our Derby Top 20 next week, and hopefully we'll have it updated to account for whatever defections have taken place. So much more content on the way. We're going to try to do some stuff for the Oaks as well, as far as individual profiles. And once we get all that done, then we'll be down to our elements of handicapping, form, class, speed, and pace. And we'll certainly put it all together. Got a couple new ideas where that's concerned, so be on the lookout for that. I think you'll get a lot out of it. So that's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.